As the COVID-19 situation eases, people are slowly going back to work and back to their daily lives. But in what form? How has the virus changed the way we operate? Today we speak to a machine learning engineer from Copan Aquarius Innovation Team, Wei Lun, as he shares with us how adopting the Agile methodology in this new normal. Hi Wei Lun, it has been a while since you're working from home, right? Can you share with us how has the whole experience been like?
Hi. Yes, I do like working from home because I was able to enjoy a quiet working environment. Luckily, quiet working environment compared to my colleagues. And furthermore, I also managed to save traveling time because of it. So that's something I like about working from home.
But lucky for you, you have a peaceful working environment at home. But are there any challenges working from home or the things? Do you have anything that you miss working in office?
Yeah, there are challenges and there are things I miss about working in office. So the thing about working from home is that there is no face-to-face communication. Any communication will have to be done via video calls or messaging. So video calls means Zoom or Google Meet. Then messaging is either WhatsApp or Slack. So fortunately, these communication tools, they are very useful. They still allow me to be in sync with my colleagues on major issues.
Okay, then it must be really difficult, right, to adopt Agile?
Yes, you are correct. So for what you described just now, so there's a Agile term for what you described just now with the moving of the sticky note and stuff. So that is called the daily stand-up. So some other meetings that involve the moving of the sticky notes also is a meeting known as the weekly sprint reviews.
Are there any tools that you can share with us about how you actually overcome this challenge?
Jira board actually replaces the physical Kanban board that we'll be using if we were in office. So instead of using sticky notes, we'll be using these objects known as cards. Just like how we use the sticky notes, each card here will be representing the task that we'll be doing in the project. So when the task has shifted from to do to in progress, then we'll just shift the card accordingly to each of its various statuses. This is the Google Jamboard that I'm sharing right now. So we typically use the Google Jamboard during the sprint retrospective session. So a sprint retrospective session is for us to really reflect on what went well, what went wrong during the sprint, so that we can pick up lessons from there and make sure we don't repeat the same lessons. So over here, how we use this board is to add in sticky notes. So not a real physical sticky note, but a virtual sticky note. So what I'm doing now is to try to create a new sticky note. So let's say sprint task completed on time. So I can click on save and then you can see that a sticky note is being generated over here. So I can actually really mimic how we will be pasting sticky notes on the various columns and then paste it accordingly to each of these columns over here.
Are retrospective sessions really useful?
Well, I still find retrospective sessions important because for the project that I was working on, the customers are new to the Agile style of working. Retrospective sessions also are useful in setting expectations for the customers to make sure that we are all aligned to this new Agile style of working. So not just for the customers themselves, retrospective sessions, they are also useful for our own development team to really reflect on the lessons learned from each sprint. So an example of a particularly important lesson that I learned from a retrospective session was to keep the big picture in mind. So I learned that we should not be too fixated on an individual sprint. So the thing about Agile is that with work being split into individual sprints, the tendency for the team to be narrow-minded and then focus solely on the current sprint task. So this sometimes leads to downstream implications affecting the work of later sprints, where we only think about the current sprint and then totally neglect all the other sprints later on.
Okay, thank you, Wei Lun, for joining us today. We hope that this has been a fruitful and useful time. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye bye.